What's good, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Pound for Pound, calling in himself, talking about the fight that's going down May 9th. You already know what it is. Next weekend at the Minute Maid Park, Houston, Texas, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus James Kirkland. It's going to be a hellacious event. Punches thrown, guys getting knocked down, drag out affair. I know who I got. Who do you got? Y'all let me know. I'm just going to run through the fight real quick, man. I'm going to talk about both these guys. I ain't into doing these long prediction videos anymore, man. I used to, but you know what? I'm going to give you the real. It doesn't take a long time to drop what I got to say, so here it is. Let's get it in. Saul Canelo Alvarez, man, we already know. That's my boy. That's the new age of boxing, I believe. Mayweather-Pacquiao is kind of like, we want the fight. Of course, we want to see the fight, but it's like an old man's smoke screen. Really, the boxing world knows, the underground boxing world knows that this fight is two guys that are on their way out. So what I like to do is pay attention to guys that are on fights like this, when guys are on their way out. I love it. I appreciate the fight. I enjoy the occasion. But me, as far as a person, I pay attention to a lot of younger fighters coming up in the ranks, the guys that are going to be taking over for these older guys, Saul Canelo Alvarez, and guys of that nature. So let's talk about the fight. May 9th, he's fighting James Kirkland. Kirkland's record's 32 wins, 28 knockouts, 1 loss by knockout. And, we can just go right into it, man. When we talk about Kirkland, he is so stiff. I'll just say you right now. He's so stiff. I was supposed to fight a guy back in the amateurs you guys might actually know. What was that nigga's name? He's on ESPN. He's like, damn, what was his name? Anyway, he's on ESPN right now. Short, stocky. Anyways, same type of fighter James Kirkland is. If I remember his name, I'll tell you, but I'll probably remember in another fight. Stiff, powerful, strong. That's about it. James Kirkland has no style. You know what I mean? He's a southpaw, which is a good thing. But he has no style. Not only that, he's a dumb motherfucker, man. You know what I mean? Mandingo warrior. You got to be lightweight dumb to name yourself that. And on top of that, if you watch interviews of his, he's already taken a lot of shots. You know what I'm saying? He's real punchy. Ishida, the way Ishida iced him in in one round, man, kind of showed his flaws. Ishida has no punching power. He just left himself open. Against fighters like Dennis Sharp, Alexis Heros, Alfredo Angulo, Carlos Molina, Glenn Tapia, I don't believe that Kirkland has been in anywhere of the realm of a fighter of Canelo Alvarez recently. I don't believe he does well in the fight. I think he probably gets hurt in this fight. I think Saul Canelo Alvarez looks like a fucking superstar in this fight. Not saying it's a bad fight. It's a great fight. It's a good fighter. It's a good opponent. James Kirkland's record, man, look at his record. You know what I'm saying? 32 wins, 28 knockouts, 1 loss. So really, if you look at the end of the day, Kirkland is a great fighter. He's a great test for that division. He's a big fighter. He's a big guy. This is a great fight. I'm not knocking him. The only thing I am knocking is just who he is versus who Canelo is. Now let's go to Saul Canelo Alvarez. 44 wins, 31 by knockout, 1 loss. That 1 loss came to who? The best in the world, right? Floyd Mayweather. So, hey, when you want to compare losses, there's no comparison. James Kirkland got wiped out, knocked out by Ishida in 1 round versus a 12-round boxing lesson from Mayweather to Canelo. As far as being in the ring and experience, Canelo's already got the advantage at a young age. He's got more fights. He's got bigger name fights, bigger scale, under the bright lights. That shit does a lot to you. You know what I mean? When you're under the bright lights and you're looking around and you're seeing people looking at you and cussing you out, and the next thing you know, Canelo hits you, it could make you, it just changes shit. So that's what I believe happened to Canelo against Mayweather. I believe the event froze him up, and I think the same thing is going to happen to James Kirkland. I think the first 5 rounds, he's not a fast starter anyway. He's not a fast starter. Canelo's been known to start slow in the first, but he'll come out and touch you and test you. So Canelo is known for being at times a fast starter. James Kirkland, not really. So I see Canelo coming out and testing that chin, man, to be honest with you. He might come out and box because he knows he has time to just kind of wear into Kirkland. Kirkland's a plotting fighter. He doesn't have anything in his arsenal you need to necessarily worry about, like a Terrence Crawford, where Terrence Crawford has so many things in his arsenal you have to worry about. James Kirkland is not that. Pretty much with Kirkland, all you need to make sure is that you have your hands up, you're watching for incoming hard punches, and he's just going to walk forward. His game plan is pretty plain. Canelo, Sort of a similar, sort of a similar style, but the difference with Canelo is actually stylish. You know what I'm saying? He can box, he can look good, he can move his head in defensive ways, kind of like Oscar De La Hoya used to when he was younger. Saul Canelo Alvarez has that. He's young, he's got that flair, and he has style. You know what I mean? And he has the ability to box. He's not the best boxer in the world, but he has the ability to box when he's in trouble. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. They think he's just a brawler. No, he's a brawler with conditioning, and he also can box to get him out of situations. You know, so I see this as a decent fight. If Kirkland comes to bang, it'll be a good fight for 6. If Canelo's punching power doesn't hurt him, it'll go 12. It'll be a good fight for 12. I still think Canelo wins every aspect of this fight. If we go to decision, I think Canelo wins decision. If it's an early fight, I think Canelo knocks him out. I don't see James Kirkland winning this fight. If he does, it'll be by some kind of shot that Canelo didn't see, as always, as it usually is in boxing. But as far as main night's concerned, man, saw Canelo Alvarez with the victory over James Kirkland. On this one, I am going to go with a stoppage because I do believe that James Kirkland is just too out there. He comes to fight too much. He's going to leave his chin out there, and I believe Saul Canelo Alvarez is going to catch him on that chin. And night, James Kirkland. This is your boy, Mr. Pound for Pound. I'm up out of here, y'all. Y'all get at me with comments, subscribe. Peace.